So for us, some choose to look at that, but we just have like, they come with be ready. She's home, looks like Cat's not smart.
No, she's not.
Okay, yeah, if you would go look at it, like, we should, yeah. I'd like to welcome everybody here, we'll call this meeting to order, call it 6 o'clock. We'll go through roll call.
Eldon Larson,
I am here.
Dayton Flake, Karsten Flake,
Here.
Kat Hansen, Lexi Nelson. Here.
Is there a volunteer, I'll lead us in the pledge of allegiance. Thank you. To pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dayton. Have a volunteer to lead at the location, give it in location. Thanks, Carson.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we're grateful to come before Thee, grateful for all the opportunities that we have. Please help us to review and do the things that are best for the community and best for the school district this evening. Grateful to have Veterans Day yesterday and thankful for the opportunity to those people who serve so that we can remain free throughout the years. And these things, Heavenly Father, we pray for in the name of Thy Son, Jcusd. Amen.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda as listed. She's got a second. Any discussion? Move anything? Okay, call for the vote. Myself, yes.
Yes.
Karsten?
Yes.
You? You're up. Make a motion that we approve the minutes for the October 14th regular board meeting. I'll second it. We got any discussion, any changes needed? Okay, call for the vote. Karsten?
Yes.
Yes.
Lexi? Myself, yes. Mr. Gill, you're up.
Okay, you should have a report from me. I have some updates to give to it, but and I'd like to elaborate on anything you want me to, but a few things that go along with my report. The management team reviewed and updated the emergency operations plan for the district, like we should every year. So that's been taken care of. And that is our big emergency operation plan. Basically has everything in it for different emergencies that we have to deal with. I've included some enrollment. I was asked last month to do this. So 417. Now I think that actually might have changed since November 7th a little bit, but so I also wanted to compare it against last year just so you could have an idea of enrollment and what's going on. So now it looks like we're up to 425, including preschool. Last year was 417. So we increased a little bit. The increase happened mostly at our junior high. But if you look at my report, you can see that there's at least one or maybe two small classes at the high school. So, that impacts when we're bringing in a large kindergarten and losing a smaller class. That impacts our budget a little bit. We're still trying to get some our report numbers corrected at the state level, and that should also help a little bit. We got to make sure those all sync up. So we're working on that as well. So enrollment is up a little bit, and it's up at the junior high. Like I said, elementary, I think that went down just a little bit. Yeah, just by 2 students. But interestingly enough, our junior high and high school pretty close in size. So I thought that was very interesting. The letter grades for the schools have gone public. I gave you that data when I received it, but now it's not embargoed any longer. And just to recap, our high school was a B, junior high a C, and elementary was a B as well. So it's good to know. We've closed almost all of our fall sports and started our winter sports. The runners have 1 match left, so we have
State meet this Saturday.
2 students, and we're watching them closely. Very proud of them for qualifying. We have several projects that we're in the middle of. A couple that I'm hoping to get done this year or relatively soon is the smoke detectors replaced throughout the district. That's an SFB grant that will be paying for that. And the roof projects on the auditorium and Voquet, that one's going to be a little bit harder because the amount and the budget problems that the SFOB is having.
Question real quick. How far did volleyball?
They made it to the quarterfinals.
Okay.
Lost in 5. It was a close game.
I was just curious how they did. Thank you.
And continuing on my report here, I misspoke when I wrote this. We have a calendar for next year already approved, because we did 2 years. Mr. Flake reminded me. So I brought those calendars. So if you're interested in looking at them for next year, they've been approved, very similar to this year's calendar. It was brought up that the board may want us to present and have you approve the next 2 years soon. So if that's what the board wants to do, I can do that. But I think that's worthy of some discussion from you guys, deliberation on that. That I did get some feedback from people, and the only thing was the Columbus holiday, basically. So moving our day off to that Columbus Day. Is that what you said, Mr. Marshall? Yeah,
Sure.
that's what it was. Okay. Also, some exceptional programs we've had over the past month. The United Way hosted a leadership forum conference, and Mr. Bushman, Eric Miller selected several freshmen, and they attended, and they had a really good showing. I heard from the people that ran it from the United Way. They said Joseph City had a very strong showing, very good students, they said. So I was proud to hear that. And then this Money in Motion program, I know we had at least one board member attend that. It was in the gym 2 weeks ago, and it was a very good program, from what I understand. I didn't get to it, but a lot of community members were there. So I want to thank them for that. And also at the elementary, those teachers work hard, making students feel good and keeping them engaged. But on the extra side, they've done some intramural flag football and soccer. That means a lot to our kids and to the parents. So I want to thank Mr. Mosier and his crew for the work they do with that. A lot of professional development things we're working on still. A lot of our training was done for the beginning of the year. However, now we're looking at more assessments, trying to get ready for the state tests and the ACT. Working on setting up a benchmark for some of our junior high teachers and elementary. And we're also working on goals, which include cross-curricular activities and things of that nature. So doing a little writing contest up at the junior high too, so I'm excited about that. Beyond that, I'll take any questions that you might have. you want me to talk more about anything that's on the list.
We're going to discuss the calendar at the end in future agenda items.
That might be the best place, I think.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Phillips.
You're welcome.
Report. Brings us to. Oh, okay, thank you. Brings us to the consent agenda, items 6A through 6C. Quick motion that we approve the consent agenda items as listed.
Second it.
Let's see, discussion needed. Call and vote, Lexi?
Yes.
Dayton?
Yes.
Self, yes. Karsten?
Yes.
All right. Brings us down to 8A. It's no request. I'll make a motion that we approve the personnel as outlined. Thank you, Karsten. Mr. Fields, with your resignation on there, I want you to know I really appreciate everything you've done. All the years that you put in from being a teacher all the way up through.
How long have you been at the school?
I don't know. I do appreciate the sentiment, but it's unnecessary, but thank you very much.
I know, but I still needed to let you know.
You've been here a few years.
A long time.
Yeah, it depends on when, what you want to count as a start of working for the district. I started many years ago with some classified position.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to vote no and make you stay?
Make him do the comparison.
Not going anywhere just yet too, so that's up until June 30th.
Yes. Thank you for giving us time.
Okay. Any other discussion needed? The vote, Dayton?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Carson?
Yes.
Thank you. Brings us to 8B. I'll make a motion that we open for discussion and possible action regarding the search and screening process with the ASBA.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Just for clarification too, because I don't think I've mentioned this to any board members yet, but I think there's other organizations that would also do a search, like the ASA. ASBA is one we work with a little bit closer, but ASA is the Arizona School Administrators Association. And I think they provide that service as well.
And do you have like a,
Things from them? No,
like a comparison or anything?
No, but I think if you check out the ASBA, I think it's very reasonable offer. If you go to the very back of the packet for that, you'll see how they set up timelines, one thing, but then the amounts come in, what they would charge you for different services. So I believe the last time our district did it, it was the basic search. That's what they started with, and that was sufficient. Had plenty of applicants. But they would meet with us and take us through the process and everything.
So I asked Mr. Phillips to look into this for us and let us know what it would look like. Apparently there's 3 different levels, the basic, standard, and premium. So I asked him also to put it on the agenda so that you guys could look at it and we could have a discussion, see what it is that you would like to do, where you feel we need to go with it. I'm definitely not making a decision. We won't do that.
I suppose it wouldn't be a problem to upgrade if the basic plan wasn't enough.
Right.
Because a lot of it, they meet with the new superintendent, they have more meetings with you guys. So if you wanted that, I think we could add those things on.
Would you find out information on the other option, the ASA option, just to
I'll
see
check.
where where we might be with that.
Any other outfits, or you just
The only one I knew about was ASB, the ASA, information to me, so.
Yeah, I didn't remember that they did that either until I looked at it today, so.
I don't think Facebook counts, so.
They, I know the National Superintendent Association can do it too, they can. But that's not real typical, I don't think, in rural parts of the state.
You gonna post it on Living in Joseph City?
I don't post anything on anything.
So once we get it on their site, they have like an update they send out to anybody who requests, like administrators that are looking for a job. They give them updates, and so it solicits people to go to their webpage.
Lexi and I went to a class and went to the SBA league and talking about this. That's the main place where I got my information.
Yeah.
Any comments, suggestions? Have you had a chance to look at it?
I can't get in it.
Maybe update your.
Currently, I don't tell you where.
I'll figure out. Yeah, apparently I'm not
Just kidding.
in the place to get it. I'll figure out.
Did you guys look at it?
I didn't. I just now saw that there was,
I can't
I
get it.
think we need to use something to help. I think this is a good idea.
So let's,
You want me to read the options out? Just. Right.
print them if somebody could.
that or we can just wait till next month to make a decision on what we want to do. If you guys want to read through and look at your options, and then we can have a discussion next month.
So like just trying to decide what package we want to use.
I think we let him see if there's another option.
That way you can compare, we could do,
Yeah,
that way
look
you
at
can
that,
decide
see.
December.
I bet it's very similar, but I'll check.
It will be here in December, but I will do what I can in between to see where we are and leave the information.
Okay. You all right with that, Dayton? We'll just move this. I guess we call that tabling. Just do this again in December.
Yeah.
Oh, we only voted open for discussion, so we don't. Which one? Okay, yeah. Any other questions, comments on this part of it? All right. Thanks for getting that information for us, Mr. Fields.
Yes, no problem.
And that's, looks about what they were talking about in that meeting, better than what we were thinking as far as the cost, so that's a good thing. All right, so let's move on to 8C, discussion if possible. I'll make a motion that this is the second reading, right?
Yes.
Make a motion that we approve the changes to the governing board policies as they are outlined.
I'll second it.
Would you mind if I take you through these, just a quick,
Bring
relatively
it on.
quick summary? There are substantive changes to this, not all of them, but several of them. So, and there are such policy adjustments. Some of them they are adding capitals for headings where it wasn't all capitalized. So some of them, will be very quick, but other ones would, are going to take a little bit more time. Original language and the first one, 917, is what they call policy advisory, and support service goals and priority objectives. Original language in ANC was updated, and original language in B regarding transportation was removed as student services. So basically they took out the first A and C, which I can tell you what that covered. Just C. The district shall not be in competition with any local business firm that could provide like equipment. The right one, EDC. I got it.
I'm sorry,
There's so many.
I'm not sure.
Must have put them back or something. So My apologies. I'll just have to go off the summary sheet. Got mine out of order. So 917, you got it, Steve? Yeah, that's
Is that the one? AEA,
roll up a little bit.
like this
Oh,
way?
the other way. Yeah,
Yeah.
917, that's it. Steve's got it. So as you can see, B is to provide safe transportation for students who ride the school bus to and from school. So I guess that's been taken out because it's redundant. It's said in A. You can see A, they added safe and enriching, conducive to teaching. And on C, the only thing they added was the word student. So there's an example of that. 918, if Steve will scroll up for this one. Safety program, following language is added in a subheading student. So anything that's only the things that are underlined are the ones that are additions. And you can see this is the one where they have headings that are now capitalized and they change the headings. But that's basically it. And they also changed this, what we used to call SFB, School Facilities Board. Now it's a School Facilities Oversight Board. Make sure to remember that. No, I'm still trying to remember that every time I do. So next one, Steve, would be policy 918.
That, like,
919.
919.
yeah.
And these are deleted policies. EBAA, EBAAR, R meaning the regulation that supports the policy. So there's a brand new policy that they've put in and they're taking these two out because of it. 919, is it?
So 920
Okay.
is the new one that's coming in.
Yeah. Hazardous materials. So these are all the restrictions we have when we spray pesticides, bug killer. School can't be in operation. There has to be a notice up. And it's all included in this policy now instead of the previous one. But as far as the changes, I wouldn't call them changes, 48 hours prior to the application of the pesticide and things of that nature. So it has to be certified, of course. These are all things that were in the last one. I think they're changing language, some legal references, and just trying to make some improvements with the language after they eliminated and this is the one that says R, that's the regulation. So that's more of the procedures that go along with the policy. All right, so 921 accident reports. So this one doesn't have a lot of substantive changes. They took out, there was a place where it said students basically would file a report or there was a process for them. They took that out, and this whole policy is just what the district is to do when we have something we have to report. So an accident or bringing weapons on campus, things of that nature. If you go down to the next one, it should be an R. So they took out all that so they could include students in this one. So you have employees and students. They took out the word student accidents, as you could see, and some new guidelines within 24 hours of the accident. We to have a report to the superintendent. So things of that nature, minimal substantive changes. But I will need to review this one. But there's certain ones in here that we're gonna have to talk about with principals and other supervisors. So going on to 922, emergency response plans. So this is one that I've been working on recently. They took out the part that says they're confidential. There are still some parts, right? And they say districts can come out with, so our entire emergency operation plan, we might not want to make public. I mean, people need to know we have things in place, but we wouldn't want that to get in the wrong hands, I guess. So that's a precaution that has come up, and that's why that change is made here. All right, Steve. That's the regulation that goes along with it, and it includes, so this is a substantive change, and it actually puts some of the authority to the principal now, principals of our schools. But these are, if you have a late start or a school closing for any reason, early dismissal, all of those things. This is the process. Please scroll up there, Steve. Weather-related emergencies, they took that policy out and just included it in the new one because it's pretty simple. And same with that one. 24, so security. This is just a policy dealing with security and actually reporting not just unauthorized visitors, but also vandalism, anything like that. Volunteers must be fingerprinted, even workers. We need to make sure they're fingerprinted if they're going to be here. Scroll just a little bit, Steve. The other two I and J are pretty self-explanatory, but you can see those underlined numbers under legal reference. Those are the new laws, and so this aligns the new laws our state legislatures put into place. A little bit more here, Steve. Access and keys. So this policy, nothing's changed so far. Continue down, Steve, please. We'll scroll up. There had to be something different there.
It was just that the access and keys under security, underlined access and keys. That's all they changed is
The headings.
you just put that on the head.
Okay. All right. So now we're at 925. Yes. And vandalism. So this is specific to vandalism. If you go to the end where it has the reported suspected crimes, so that's where it actually gives, if I'm not mistaken, some authority to the principals that previously wasn't there. But these rules are already in place at our schools. Anything that looks like a crime we're to report, basically, is how I would summarize that. All right, Steve. This one added the word reporting. Now, 926, building maintenance and grounds. Let's see what is added there with the underlines. The word SFOB, yeah, and then one legal reference because they legally had the legislature change the name. So that one is taken out because it's now in the hazardous material policy. And 28, same with this one. So materials and equipment, that's about how we do our inventory and making sure our equipment is secure. We're not to throw things away without going through a certain process, and that's what this policy outlines. So, and you can see all the new legal references. The next one should be 27. Did we do 27? See? No, 29. Okay. So this one's deleted. And it's replaced by the previous one. 30, authorized use of school materials and equipment. Not much has changed in this. As you see, they added a few words. They actually added D to what already existed. This is the one I accidentally started out with, but you can't compete. Used to be you couldn't compete with local businesses that could provide like equipment, but they've removed that. It was just an added burden on the schools, I guess. And next, that was a change by state legislature. Vehicle transportation services. So this is one I'll have to review with the supervisor as well, but go ahead and, so allowable vehicles, they took off that it's a privilege. And so we still provide transportation services, but of course they can be removed or taken away from a student if there's discipline issues. It's just a process we have to follow, and it's outlined here. School bus transportation, it's a little different for each grade level, and it also open enrollment, how far we can go to get students and things of that nature. Nothing very substantive with that. It's replacing the one they deleted previously. Okay, Steve, if permission may be in the form private vehicles. So if by some occasion, extenuating circumstances, we have to transport students in personal vehicles for some reason, there's that allowed now, and they actually provided a form, this one. Walkers and riders, they did away with this policy. The things in it are included in an upcoming one here though. Let's see, that's 934. Bus safety program. So this is one that I'll have to, basically the bus evacuations, everything we need to make sure we have our drivers doing their certifications, processes for all of those things. We're to pay for their fingerprint clearance. So yeah, you can't drop off a student before their destination. So, and they recently made a change with these for anything from 11 to 14 students in a bus, even if it's a yellow bus, not just a white bus, you don't need to have a bus driver certification. You need a CDL with a D level, and that includes routes and activities. So that might be new to some of our guys. Talk to them about that yet. If you continue on slowly there, Steve, evacuation drills I mentioned already. Student conduct is very similar to classroom rules that we have. So the authority of bus drivers, not much to review there. Bus safety and student conduct, sorry. That's nothing's changed if you don't see an underline. There's an underline. With the exception of service animals okay. Like you not to take animals on the bus unless it's maybe a service dog, I guess might be an exception. Probably should be on an IEP or 504 plan if that's the case. And there's the form I mentioned. Okay. Different responsibilities, but the main change is the heading here. How they divide it so it's readable to people that are looking for it. And yeah, this one goes on at the very bottom. If you'll scroll a little bit, Steve, that's some of the new certification things that they're allowing, which should actually maybe help us a little bit when we're low on drivers, something of that nature. Okay, continue, Steve. Testing of all drivers of alcohol and drugs. It's mandatory, and they give you the blood alcohol limits, all these things. So that's what all those underlined parts there are on that. Yeah, so it's pretty strict when it comes to all of those requirements of our drivers. Prohibited conduct too. So still continuing with that. The drugs and alcohol costs, substance abuse, that could actually be charged to the district in some cases, is what I read, but most likely not. So, yeah, let's go to the next policy. It says the superintendent is responsible for all that. This one, bus driver, okay, similar. Those requirements are basically this, go up one little bit there, Steve, right there. Following actions are post-accident testing situations, so. But most of these were things that were already in the policy they took out. Continue, please. I promised I'd keep it short. I know I'm not, so I'm gonna try and speed up. Driver training, we're responsible for that. How many hours they get before they are cleared by our district to drive. And this one was the one that's taken out. So they added some detail and some language, but very similar. Hold on. We just reviewed that one. So minimum of 50% drivers. So now it's more random. And well, the procedures are on the other one, but let's go there, Steve, to the next. So that's records retention. So that's one technology. We gotta review this, and it also has a warning from the state AG about emails of all employees and board members and how they are public. So that there's a statement of that. Just our interpretation of the law is what they've included in this policy. Continue scrolling there, Steve. 937. Bus purchasing and maintenance, just the procedures. Annually, it says inspection, DPS inspections, all those things. Move on to 939. Special use of buses has been deleted. And policy advisory 940 also deleted. These are things covered in the policy previous. That was new. Business and personal transportation services deleted. On it. Okay, right here. So as you can see, they just added a few phrases in the title: records and reports, so they can combine things. Transportation services, go down to the next underline bit here, Steve. Transportation records. So how we're supposed to manage those records, the laws behind that. Now we have 42.
No, it's all deleted.
Deleted. Let's go to 943, food services. So that they did remove the terminology like provide well-balanced meals, and now that it's terminology like scroll up a little bit, Steve, with I can't recall the exact words. Nutrition, education, health promoted, blah blah blah. We're to avoid ultra processed food. That's a term that. So that would include like out of our vending machines or during school hours, anything that like soda that's ultra processed. Okay. And vending machines is what it's prohibiting. There's the new laws that are referenced. Arizona Healthy Schools Act. All right. Continue down, Steve. Pricing and payment of services is a new policy. Provide any student with there's one that I need to review with our principals. So continue on, Steve. So did you see any changes? There were some changes in the headings, but that not substantive. Food services, just a new, it is a regulation. So it's the process of how we collect money. If students end up, we have to make a valiant effort to collect anything that they owe. But after that point, it's considered bad debt on the district. So, and it outlines that. And then they deleted the ones that they no longer needed because of the new policy. Copyright compliance, it's not really, I didn't see any changes with it. But it is a new policy, probably just trying to clarify some things. It should be past that, past
Getting
that.
there. Copyright, there we go.
Yeah, so they took out those first three paragraphs and simplified it for reading purposes. If you're gonna make money off of something that's copyrighted, you can't do that without written consent and all those things that are listed. This one, mail and delivery services, they changed the word shall to may. Let's continue
It is.
on.
Up shall. Oh, yeah, and
Yeah. So
down
just,
lower, it's, yeah.
I got a feeling I'm boring them to death here. Let's scroll to the next one, Steve, if you would.
You're losing your audience.
This is the one with the AG statement on it, just making sure everyone knows what is subjected to public disclosure. In our record keeping system, we need to make sure that we do the best we can to keep emails or certain documents regarding students. All right, next, a retrieval program for public records requests and things of that nature. So this just has wording changes. As you see, they took out communications, added information system. A governing board member, hold on, shall review the open meeting law materials at least one day before he or she takes office. And that was interesting. That caught my eye, but that shouldn't be a problem. It's just something to remember. All right, and open meeting law is a big one that they really try to clarify. Like trying to prevent board members from forwarding emails to anything that would be deliberating outside of a public meeting. So that's what we have to try and prevent, eliminate. Continue on there. I'm gonna get faster, I hope. Records retention. So how we now collect that and keep it. Continue on there, Steve. Some new headings, new legal references for it. The next couple of policies, they are taking out business manager as a person responsible and making it the superintendent, just for clarification and conformity, all those things. So I still might have the business manager do it. There's not, so, yeah. And documents related to substance tests, alcohol tests, facility. So they took out, this is the SFOB document, and they took out things that they were asking school districts to evaluate the instruction around them. But now they just cut it down to brass tacks of a new building. Do you have enrollment? Can you answer these questions? And that's what that policy is. Closing a school, or if you're leasing or selling property, a school district, this entire policy references that. New facilities for construction, there's certain requirements you have to have for that. We're getting evaluated by some engineers through the SFOB that might give us some information, like if it's time to plan for a new building or something like that. That's what they were doing here last month. This one, nothing really new, but you can't name a building after anybody or a facility of any kind until they're dead. And now they added 10 years to it.
Is that retro? Do we have to go back and fix that if we have?
No, it was changed a few years back, but that's fine. That they added the 10 years. That's the new part. This one has got me for a little loop here, Stephen. Oh, staff conduct. They took it off of this policy and added it. this part reported suspected crimes or incidents. So, but it is added in another policy, very similar. If you'll scroll, please.
That's it on that.
That was the, okay, there,
Is that another one?
yeah, there.
959.
And that, just said, they eliminated one policy, because it was unnecessary. It was just redundant. If you're going out to bid for something, the process that you have to is all in one policy now, and no longer in two separate places. Yeah, there it is, bidding and purchasing services. So, we'll leave these policies back there in case anyone wants a hard copy. We could definitely get you an electronic copy, and they'll go into effect if you guys pass them. They all look good to me and appropriate for what we need to have. And yeah, that's and then I need to do some training with the staff on this as well.
Just out of curiosity, do we know if anybody came in and looked at it or looked at it online or had any input?
I don't, Julie,
We've had a couple of staff members come into the office since the last board meeting and look at them.
Okay.
yeah, we try to be very open with all our policies, so no surprises, nothing hidden. There's a lot of them, and even just out of these ones, quite a few. I don't want to take any more every time.
Any other discussion need? Can't remember. So I'll go first. Call for vote.
Yes.
Myself, yes. Carson.
Yes.
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 Thank you. Requests for future agenda items. Do we have any requests for future agenda items next month? Be able to compare and look at and decide what we want. What level we want to do for help with the new superintendent.
Yeah. So I'll have that ready by next month.
Sounds good.
The
I would-
calendar.
I would like to stay 2 years ahead on a calendar. I think that would be best. So I would like to approve a calendar for the next year, not this coming year, but the next one, and just keep doing that all the time so people can plan ahead.
Yeah, and that's definitely something you can do. That's what you guys want. Yeah. Remember, this next year is already set. So
Yeah.
this will be for 27, 28, 28, 29. Yeah, I'm a little hesitant to go too far in advance because county training, but I do understand what Mr. Flake is saying. And if the board would like me to prepare 2 years for after next year by the next meeting, I'll have that in front of you. I'll keep it very similar to what we have now.
Well, that'd put us 3 years out technically.
Yeah, I'm just suggesting let's do another year so that we're always 2 years ahead and we just continue to stay that 2 years ahead.
So we already have 26, 27.
So 27, 28.
20, he just wants 27, 28.
My practice before the past couple of years was usually December, January for the following year. So
Yeah.
this is a big shift from what I was
Yeah.
doing.
And besides that, you never know. Things could come from the legislature and it could
Yes, I understand.
days and stuff like that. So. Okay, upcoming meetings and events. Next board meeting on the 9th. ASBA conference on the 17th through the 19th.
Yeah, I don't think I was signed up to go to that. I feel like maybe I should stay here. I might go for the one night that I think our entire board's receiving an award. There's also a superintendent meeting down there one night, so I might slip down for that. But if it's okay with the board, unless you would like me to attend, I could do that. Been a couple conferences already this year, so.
Okay.
So do we not want to do another year? Do we want to just leave it with this year planned and not do the next one?
You can't really take action on this, but if you guys want to email me individually, I don't know, however, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he's asking. If there's consensus reached, I don't have a problem. I would just be presenting them, you guys would approve them or not.
Right.
So if you'd like me to prepare those.
Personally, I think the way we've been doing it is 2 years and then go through the 2 years every 2 years. But
Okay, I'll make it.
I may be the only one that Carson obviously thinks different, so.
Okay.
Did I recall, this is the first year we've ever, last year was the first year we've ever done 2 years at a time.
We did 2 years before that too.
Did 3 years in like 2010.
Yeah. We did. But I think he's changed the third year before that. I'm pretty sure we did.
I think as long as we keep the same number of days, the same calendar, then people can continue to
Any
make plans.
input on the Columbus Day holiday or Thanksgiving week? Those are the few comments I've heard.
I definitely like the Thanksgiving week. I think that's a lot of people like that.
Yeah. Okay. I'll work on getting something for you guys to approve or not by the next meeting for the 27th, 28th, right? Because we have the 26th, 27th.
Okay. Anything else? Make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second it.
Thank you. I'll vote yes. Carson?
Yes.
Lexi?
Yes.
Yes. So we're adjourned. Thanks for coming.
6:50.